Welcome to Southern Girl Knits. This is episode 17. And to all of you that have come back to join me, welcome back. And for those of you trying me out for the first time, welcome. It's nice to have you. I'm Tish. On Ravelry, you can find me as TishKnits33. And on Instagram, you can find me as TishKnits. So, how's everybody doing? I didn't record last week because, yeah, we got more snow. I mean, seriously. It has been 3 weeks now of snow, and I know that that sounds crazy, especially if you live in places where the snow is not a big deal. Like, you can still operate and have a life in the snow. But in central Arkansas, even though it does snow here a decent amount, we're not really set up for it so much. Like, the town that I live in, we have like one snowplow and like one sand truck or something. So they can do like the bridges or the main roads, but that's really it. You're kind of stuck, you know? So in the past 3 weeks, I think my children have went to school a total of 5 days or 4 days in 3 weeks. So, yeah. This might be a short episode. I have not accomplished a lot. So, but everything is, the snow has melted or is melting. It's pretty much gone. It's March. Hallelujah. I'm hoping that that means that we're done, that was our last little cold snap before Easter. And yeah, here's to warmer weather. So, yeah. Okay, where to begin? So I got a little cabin feverish and needed to cast on things. So I've got something new to show you, which I'm actually rather excited about. Okay, so you know the hat that I knit that I love so much, right? It's kind of inspired by the Vermonter hat, but kind of my own take on it. And I had a lot of this yarn left over. This is the Manos DK. I've got a tag here. I can quit making things up. I can just read the tag. It's Manos Maxima in the current colorway. And this is their DK weight. Isn't this their DK weight? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's worsted? I don't know. I'll assume by the needle size and the gauge that it's worsted because, yeah. Doesn't matter. It's making me pretty things. So I had the hat, and I wore this. I've been wearing this a lot. Like, this has been my winter hat this year. Loving it. So I decided that I needed a cowl to go with it, and I finished up the honey cowl. Remember the Madtosh honey cowl that I was knitting on 2 weeks ago? Has it been 2 weeks? 3 weeks? I don't know. But I finished it up, and I forgot how much I enjoyed knitting the honey cowl. I love knitting the honey cowl. It's so much fun. It's just, it's mindless and has such a beautiful end project to it. I mean, like, when you're done, you're just like, ooh, this is so satisfying and wonderful. So I cast another one on. And a lot of it's because I have someone in mind to give the honey cowl to that I just finished up. So I was like, I need another one. Of course, I'll finish this one right as it warms up, but, you know, who cares? I'll have it for next year. So I started another honey cowl. I did, it's a free pattern. So you cast on either 110 stitches or 220, depending on how long you want it. If you want a short one, you do 110, obviously. I did a little less than 220. I think I did 190. Yeah, I think I did 190. And I'm knitting them on size 8. These are my ChiaoGoos with the red cable, which I love as long as you're not magic looping. They're not excellent for magic looping, but they're great needles. So, yeah. But you can see I did the you knit for 3 or 4 rows, just stocking knit, and that, which obviously makes it curl. You want that. You want the curl. I'm so excited. This makes me happy. So I've been knitting on this. I just cast it on. Obviously, I just cast this on a couple days ago. Haven't been feeling too great. So I cast that on when I started watching. I've been watching Orphan Black, and it got a little intense. So I was kind of flipping through Amazon Prime, and because I'm still in my free membership trial, and I'm trying to decide if I want to keep it or not. So I'm having a hard time committing to one show because I want to see if there's other ones out there to see if it's worth the $99 for the year. And I found Extinct. It's not spelled extinct. It's spelled like extinct. It's got some weird spelling to it. It's a sci-fi drama. It's on CBS. I had no idea. I don't watch regular television. So it's on CBS. It has Halle Berry in it. It has Gordon, can't say his last name. He was on ER. He's so good looking. It has a lot of, like, maybe not, Halle Berry's the big name, but it has a lot of people in it that you're like, oh, like Cameron Manheim. You're watching it and you're like, oh, I know that person. I know that person. It's a lot of big names for a television series. And it's directed by Steven Spielberg. So I was kind of like, yeah, I think I love sci-fi. Not gonna lie, huge sci-fi fan. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna try this out, and it's good. Like, it's really good. Like, I might have to stop everything else I'm watching and finish this up before my Prime membership runs out. Because I think all of season 1 is out. I'm hoping that I'm not, like, really behind the times and I'm going to find out that it's been canceled. God, that would suck. That would be just my luck, right? Okay, so anyway, I cast this on while I was watching that because the honey cow you don't really have to pay a lot of attention to. It's a very simple pattern, a very simple repeat, but like I said, the end product is gorgeous. So worth it. And I've got that in my, I'm going to check the name of the bag this time, my Front Range bags, my Front Range bag, my bag from Front Range Studios. I love this bag. It's a really good bag. I like it. So before that, like I said, I was watching Orphan Black, and I'm like episode 4 or 5 on season 1 of Orphan Black. And they're like hour-long episodes. Now, during that, I got some progress done on my sweater. So I am done with the decreases. Yay! I know it doesn't look like much. It's kind of like, yeah, looks like it did last time. I promise there's progress. I am done with the decreases. I am to the point now where I will knit up the body to the point of the increases for the chest. So, yay me! And so I was told that I need to have like an end project for this cowl. Like, we need to have a point where we say, okay, the cowl's over. That's kind of hard for me. Because I'm not a big fan. Okay, so I watched Knitting Samurai. Hi, Steph. Love her. She's awesome. She's like, seriously, like, I'll get into her later because I'm going to talk about, like, you know, what got me into podcasting. And she's very goal-oriented. Like, everything is goal-oriented with her. She has goals. She sets goals for herself every year. And she sets goals for herself, you know, with projects. And I am just so not that person. I am such a fly by the seat of my pants kind of person. Drives my mother crazy. So, it's hard for me to set goals like that. Like the closest I came to setting a goal with this sweater was that I was going to finish the sweater. That's the goal. The goal is to finish the sweater. But, you know, since you guys are knitting along with me and we're going to have some prizes, I guess there needs to be an end goal for you. And I guess I really should set an end goal for myself. Maybe that would motivate me. I'm very sporadic when it comes to my knitting sometimes. I'm very mood oriented. Yeah, I'm like a mood oriented person. Like, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, depends on what I want to knit or what I want to work on or what I want to watch. And so sometimes I'll put down a project and just won't touch it, for like a week or two. And I haven't really done that with the sweater. I've been fairly consistent with that, picking it up and knitting on it and getting it done. And so yeah, we should probably have an end goal. So go to the Ravelry boards. Those of you who are participating, kind of give me some thought. Tell me what you think. Do you think we should end it at the end of April? Wait, what month is this? Okay, this is March. We started February 14th. So should we end like the last day of March? See, that gives me a panic attack because I'm thinking like, I'm not even halfway done with the sweater. I haven't even started the sleeves. And they're like big socks. So, I don't know. That scares me. But I'm not eligible for a prize. I just want to finish. I want to finish that sweater. Period. So, I really don't care when I finish it. What do you think? Tell me what you think. I need to know this. So, go to Ravelry. If you're not in the group, join the group. If you're in the group, tell me what you think. I need help. So, anywho, that's pretty much all that I've been working on. Ooh, I take that back. I got some progress done. Okay, so I'm very proud of myself. I've been working on the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, the Storytime Teller sampler for this year, for 2015. And, I started before I started recording. I just started it before I started recording last time. So you only got to see like 6 stitches or something crazy like that. So since then, I almost finished one of the frames. And then I got to the point where I realized that I'd screwed up the stitch count. And I mean, like, I was almost done with this frame. And I'm counting, and I'm like, the numbers aren't working out. What is wrong with this? And no matter what I did, I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, I'm an idiot. And I was like one stitch off, and it threw off the whole frame. So instead of, like, just throwing it away and just like, and starting over with a new piece of fabric, I actually got down there and tore out my stitches and started over. And I finished my first frame. Yay! And started the second one. You can kind of see it. It's kind of a cream color. It's showing up pretty well. So you can kind of see where I'm starting the second one. But yes, I finished a frame. Go me! I'm so proud of myself. I've actually been working on this a good bit. And it's kind of it's a different kind of relaxing than knitting. I'm enjoying it. I really am. But like I said, I'm very mood oriented, and depending on what I'm working on, kind of depends on what I'm doing. So, sometimes things get love for like 2 hours, and then sometimes I'm just like, I'll pick it up for 5 minutes, and I'm like, nope. And I put it down. So, that's pretty much all I've been working on because I've had the kids home. Hubby's been home. I mean, literally, we've just like been crazy snowed in. It's like, it's nuts, but it's over. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm also excited. A lot of you know that I talk about the Arkansas Fiber Fest a lot. And this year we are thinking about getting yarn made. Well, we're not thinking about it. We've decided to do it. We're getting yarn made, dyed up by an indie dyer. And I hate to show the colors, but I want to because I'm really excited about it. So she dyed this up for us. And we're going to have this available to purchase. And we'll hopefully maybe have some fiber. And then we'll try to have some at the door. Like, you can pre-purchase it. That way she can dye it up and know how much to dye beforehand, and then maybe we'll have a few extra skeins that we'll have available at the door. But I'll let you guys know when we open up registration, because pre-orders will definitely help you get this for sure. And I'm going to start knitting this up like, actually I should have done this up last night when I had my ball winder out. Yeah, that wasn't very smart. But this way you can see the colors better. But I'm going to ball this up and cast on something lovely so that you can really see how it's going to knit up. I'm thinking just a basic shawl, just so you can show off the colors. Nothing intricate, nothing fancy, just so you can see what the yarn's going to do. So I'm really excited about that. I will link the name of the dyer in the show notes because I don't want to get it wrong, and I didn't write it down. Did I mention I'm a fly by the seat of your pants kind of a person? Yeah. Other podcasters are all proper and have like proper show notes and they follow like their script and everything's, yeah. And I'm just like, ooh, this. I'm like all over the place. So anyway, hopefully that's part of why you love me. We'll just pretend, right? So, okay, that's all the knitting that I have for you guys. I do have a lot of pictures I want to put in for you. We had, like I said, we had a big snow this past week, and so we had lots of fun. We played in the snow. The kids, we're lucky that like our best friends live like 2 doors down from us, so yeah, that works out really well. It's so nice to have your friends like literally 2 doors down from you. And so they brought out their 4-wheeler and hooked up like the old kiddie pool to the 4-wheeler and took the kids around the neighborhood, and it was a lot of fun. And so I have some pictures that I'll put in here. And that's just kind of like, me and my friends. But I have a video that's adorable, and I will tack that on at the end. It is, their children are the same age as our children, and so their littlest and our littlest are like best friends. They're so cute. They're just so adorable. But they went sledding together, and the video I have is of them sledding together. And not sledding, being pulled by the 4-wheeler. Yeah. And they had so much fun. We all had a lot of fun. We had snowball fights. We made snow angels. Yeah, we did it all. We had the whole snow day. We went out, and I came in a little bit early and put the coffee pot on, made some hot cocoa, and we all came in and stripped off our wet hats and gloves and boots and had coffee and visited for a while, and it was a really nice day. It was a fun snow day. It was a fun, let's enjoy this last snow day of the year kind of a thing. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But the weather's kind of crazy. My brother lives in California, and it's snowing there. What's up with that? It's like snowed like 3, and they live in like Southern California. I'm not talking like Northern California. They live way down in Southern California, and my nephew sent me this picture, and he's at they surf. Obviously, they surf a lot. And he's standing there at the water's edge where the water comes up, and there's snow all the way to here, and then the water's here. So it's like water, a little bit of sand, and snow. And I'm just like, that's crazy pants. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with the weather, but I am ready for summertime. I'm ready for spring. But I'm really ready for summer. I'm ready to sit outside. Yeah. Until then, I'll just, be happy with my window by my chair. And my vitamin D, right? So, I think, yes. Okay, so that's all the knitting that I have for you guys. I did have that question about if you go on the Rav boards in the Southern Girl Knits group, there is a thread I think it says ask me all the things, and you can ask me any questions and I'll answer them. And one of the questions was kind of a what got you into podcasting question. Like a little, like just wanting to know some background on me and what got me started doing this. And as far as, me, I think I've told you everything. Like, I'm from Louisiana. That's, where all my family's from. We don't all live there anymore necessarily, but that's where we're all from. And we were born and raised there. And it's where I met my husband. And we ended up here because of work and stayed. We ended up in a great place with a great school district. And so this is where we chose to stay and raise our kids. As far as like getting into podcasting, I started watching podcasts, trying to think of how many years ago it was. It's probably been 5 years. And I started with the Knit Girls because I had never heard of podcasts before. And a friend of mine, we were at the Arkansas Fiber Fest. And Leslie and Laura used to live, well, Laura still lives in Mississippi. Leslie has since moved away. But they lived close enough that they would come to our event. And their local yarn store, she has since closed down, Hank of Yarn, would vend at our event, so they would come. And one of the girls in my knit group was like totally fangirling over Leslie and Laura, and I'm like, who are these people? I don't understand. She's like, they have a podcast, and I'm like, podcast. So I started watching their podcast. Yeah, that's back when they were together and they both lived in Mississippi. And so I started with them, and then I found Karen from Around the Twist and loved her. But I didn't really start wanting to podcast until I found Knitting Samurai. And I just adored her. Like, to the point where, like, I like those other podcasters and I would watch it when their episodes came out. But with Knitting Samurai, once I found her, I actually went and watched, like, all of her back episodes. And at this point, by the time I found her, she had... Oh gosh, how long have I been watching her? She probably had 60 or 70 episodes out when I found her. And I went back and watched like all the old ones. Like back when she was the expectant knitter and was expecting her first child, Roland. So yeah. And so, my husband's like I was actually at the Arkansas Fiber Fest, and Elizabeth Green Musselman was there, and we were in the lobby of the hotel, and we were having drinks, and I was telling her how much I enjoyed Stephanie's podcast, and she said, you actually remind me of her. And I was like, seriously? She's like, yeah, you really do. And somebody else had sat down and joined us and joined the conversation. They're like, I never thought about it, but you kind of do remind me of her. And I came home and told my husband about it, and he's like, you should totally do a podcast. Like, that would be awesome. And so I mulled it around for a little while, and I think the thing that kept me from really, like, just pulling the trigger and doing it was, I was like, what would I talk about? Like, A, who's going to want to hear me talk? And 2, do I knit fast enough to actually do a podcast? And, yeah, I always have things to talk about, so that one worked itself out. And believe it or not, having the podcast actually makes me knit more, or keeps me on task, I guess would be a better, because like I said, I'm very flighty and moody at times, and sometimes I know, hey, I got a podcast to put out this week. I really need to, like, focus on this project and get some, get some work done and or get this off my needles. And so the podcast actually helps me focus on my knitting. It actually helps my knitting. So thank you for that. And now that I've started it, I actually really enjoy it. I don't know. It's almost like it's therapeutic. It's kind of funny to say that, but it really is. It's like having somebody to talk to and having somebody to share with. And I know there's not that back and forth, obviously, because, I'm talking and I can't hear what you're saying, right? But we have that on the boards and Instagram. I have that, like a lot of times I'll try to follow people. I can't follow everybody back because it would make my Instagram feed just jam up. But on the Ravelry boards, I'm able to get a lot more back and forth and a lot of feedback, and I really like that. You know, I love the knitting community. It's really awesome. So, yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. And I'm still under time. Woohoo! Oh, and somebody asked about my tattoos. Let's see if I can do this. We're going to do this. There we go. Okay, so that's an infinity symbol with the word love. My husband actually drew that and designed it for me, and then we took it into the tattoo shop and they put it on my arm. And my other one, I'm going to have to tilt it a little bit. It's Russ's name, and then there's 3 hearts, and each heart you can tell is a different color. It's the birthstone of each of the kids. So the top one is Lainey, and then this one is Will, and the bottom one is Reese. So every kid has a heart. And then I have other ones, but I'm not going to show you those. So, yeah. My secret. So I guess that's all that I have for you guys. Sorry I didn't record last week. With weather, it's kind of crazy. And this recording on a Monday is probably going to throw my schedule off because I prefer to record on Thursdays and Fridays before the weekend. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work out as far as getting me back on schedule where I'm recording at the end of the week. So I guess we'll see. Just have some patience with me and I'll try to get back on schedule as soon as I can. And that's all I have for you guys. Once again, thank you for joining me. I have enjoyed it as always. And if you stay after, I'll put the clip in of the kids riding on the 4-wheeler. And I hope everybody has a great week, especially since it's Monday. Might be Tuesday before I get this up. So either way, it's the beginning of the week. I hope everybody has a great week. And don't forget, always be awesome. Bye, guys.